Hello, viewers and listeners. Today's session will be more on melatonin, sleep, and breast cancer. So, before we move ahead with this topic, let's start with sleep. What exactly is the sleep? To me, sleep is the form of payback towards the fatigue, and we certainly have to repay this for our proper and functioning of our body and the brain. So what makes us awake is the cortisol via pituitary gland. Cortisol is a steroid hormone which is responsible for the alertness, boosts energy levels, makes our reflexes very high, manages carbohydrates, regulate blood pressure and all. Apart from cortisol, we have this beautiful hormone known as melatonin, which is released from pineal gland. And this hormone is responsible for sleep. It increases the cell's regeneration, acts as an antioxidant, and improves our immune system. Now we are aware that the light has the capability to trigger a molecular mechanism, glands, neuroendocrine and neurobehavioral responses, including limiting the production of melatonin. Melatonin is the most popular biomarker study of human physiological consequences to light and dark cycles, 24 hours, known as circadian rhythm. Before now we proceed to the topic of breast cancer, we should be aware of the word known as aromatase. Aromatase is an enzyme that converts cholesterol into estrogen. Higher the increase of estrogen, higher the risk of breast cancer. Increased in the tumor development is related to light at night exposure (LAN) in human beings, and several studies have shown the increased incidences of breast cancer among those female living in a heavy artificially lighted areas, whether outdoors or indoors, due to the effects of circadian and suppression of melatonin. The respective studies shows that higher tumor and more malignant tumors are exposed to inappropriate artificial light at night levels. About 3 decades ago, research has also shown that there was a greater risk of developing a breast cancer in women with a history of night shift works. This has resulted and contributed to the consideration of light and night cycle characteristics of developed nations. Now, this melatonin actually lowers the activity of the aromatase enzyme. Thus, the higher level of melatonin and which will lead to lower level of estrogen, especially in menopause stage. Estrogen is responsible for the development of breast cancer. Another effect of melatonin is to do with the mitochondria, as the melatonin shift gears in the mitochondria to produce less ATP. That means if the melatonin release is disrupted, there will be disruption in the diurnal rhythm, circadian rhythm, and ultimately the ATP will be affected, resulting in lesser alertness, fatigue, lower immunity, and higher chances of breast cancer. During the night time, it decreases the body temperature. I'm right now referring to melatonin, as the body needs less energy for maintaining the certain temperature level, which saves a lot of energy, preparing us in a needed way to head start our next day. Because of this proper release of melatonin, our sleep cycle is maintained, because of which our ATP is produced in a balanced way, and overall our cell regeneration, cell repair activity is maintained by the body. So guys, this was regarding light and melatonin in relationship with breast cancer. Though there are several other aspects of breast cancer, there are other things with which this cancer is formed. But what was relation between light and melatonin with respect to breast cancer? How melatonin helps? How light affects? This was in a very brief format. I wanted to bring it to your notice. Hope this is useful for you all. Have a nice day. Take care.